I'm still entangled with you, boy. Love. I'm still entangled with you, boy. What I said? Sing it with me. I'm still entangled with you, boy. Hey, hey. I'm still entangled with you, boy. What's up? I'm just being messy. Honestly, it's a Friday. So I was like, you know what? I'm supposed to do a video. I said, let me go here and be messy. Yes, you like my haircut. I think I'm going to stick with this look for a pretty long time. Because I don't know, I was really giving y'all blue helmet tees with my last haircut, if you even want to call it that. I was giving you a little bit of blue Brillo pad. It was giving very much blue Teletubby, like a blue version of Barney. So I was like, you know what, let me switch up the cut. Let me switch it up a little bit. So we are here to talk about a whole lot of shit, if I can remember what I'm supposed to talk about. But obviously the main point is to just discuss what's going on with Jada and Will. Now, before y'all get in here talking about, oh, well, y'all always in celebrity, y'all always in people's business. Why y'all in people's business? And if they're a couple, let them be a couple. Why y'all always talking about them? Since they always talking about them. They're always getting their ass up on social media. Like, girl, all they had to do, if they really did not want us to talk about their fucking business, is let this shit blow over. Like, first of all, Jada denied this whole thing. So she could have kept it at that. And we would have moved, like, we would have been, like, talking about it, but that would have been it. It would have died down. We move on to the next thing. Like, girl, let us have our fun, girl. We over here talking. We kick-in. We having fun. Shit. Let me tell you something. I want, anytime these people ask me, oh, was that your ex or something? No, bitch, we were just entangled. The fuck are you talking about? We were just entangled. It's given very much like when you leave your earphones in your pocket for a long time, girl, we were entangled. You know what I mean? It's given very much, don't know how to tie my shoelaces. We were entangled. We were healing. We were entangled. You see what I'm saying? It's given very much science, because have you ever heard of quantum entanglement? Sis, now if you have, you need to go and look that up. It's given very much, girl, I'm not gonna get and be a complete nerd, y'all. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassing. But it's given very much quantum entanglement type of tease. It's given, like, sis is about to build a warp drive or something. Like, girl, it's given quantum computers. It's given entanglement type of tease. Then I tell y'all, that's exactly what I knew that's what she was going to say. She was going to get up there and say, you know, I've known August for a long time, and we just became soul brothers and sisters. Our bonds have elevated us to a new level of understanding. We transcended. And Will was like, huh? I'm sorry. We're gonna talk about everything, but sis, Will said, huh? Will said, what? Will said, entangled. Will said, entangled. Tell them what you did, Jada. I said, huh? What? Will said, tell them what you did, Jada. Jada said, well, I mean, we were entangled. I mean, Will was like, y'all was in a relationship? Huh? Girl, when I saw on Twitter that they were putting that Black China meme up, they need to bring me the red table. I don't know why, but they just do. When I tell you I'm screaming when on Twitter they were talking about, I'm literally crying. on Twitter, they were using the Black China meme and they said, Entangled? Entangled? Tell me these bitches you wasn't entangled. I put up the one that said, tell me you ain't entangled with other bitches. Are you entangled with other bitches? Yes or no? Are you entangled with other bitches? Okay, I wrote down some shit before I over here clowning the whole time. Then we can clown a little bit later, but so apparently let me make sure I got the timeline right. So this shit is so confusing to me. So I guess Will and Jada were kind of not together, no, they weren't together. They were going through some rough patches. Then I guess they split up. And then Jada was like, she was honest about many things. Jada, like, we laughing, it's just fun. But Jada was honest about certain things, and other things I'm just like, Miss Mamas, I don't know what you just like. She was honest about the fact that she always feels the need to fix things and people, and it has a lot to do with her trauma. And she said that she felt she just wanted to feel good when she was, and I guess that's the reason why she entered into this entanglement, into this interaction with August Alsina. And so apparently they were split up while it happened. Kinda. And then, but it happened years ago, and I guess that's why Will was like, I don't know where this shit's come from. Look, take this donation on your streams, keep me up while I drive this 18-wheeler across the country. Oh my goodness, okay. Come on now. So, but people on Twitter told me to look at August's song called Nunya, and in it, he kind of he alludes to what the whole thing that's been going on. Jada also said that August was the one who cut off the relationship, I guess, because what Augustina just said to Kiki. Oh God, what did he just? Oh God, see, it's just coming in. I need like one of them little things that the news reporters got. This just in. He is coming for Kiki. It's a whole mess. The whole thing is a mess. Now, before I look that up, let me just talk about this. I was the one who cut off all communication, and I'm looking at the song Nunya that he wrote, and it's probably because Jada couldn't give him what he needed. I guess he was in love, and Jada was like, "You think I'm leaving on my man? Then you got something else coming." So I guess August was like, "Girl, I'm done." But it was just a lot of weird shit that came out of this red table talk. First of all, the look in Will's face, I'm just like, oh my God. But second of all, we have to preface this with Jada is not the only one going, and I don't even know if they're trying to, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to establish that this is not an open relationship? Are they trying to say that every single time that they stepped out, both of them cheated? Jada's not the only one who stepped out of this shit. Will obviously has before, based off of what I saw on Red Table Talk. It's just that Jada's got the attention of headlines and shit. So it's a lot of energy and being focused on Jada when it's like, okay, this whole relationship between them, it seems really, in my opinion, it seems really weird, and I'll get on that a little bit later. But Jesus Christ. The whole thing at the end where they were just like, yeah, girl, Will was like, yeah, girl, I didn't think that I was going to be seeing your knucklehead ass no more. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to be around your silly, tired, trifling ass no more. Honestly, I thought I was done with your silly ass. And then Jada going to be like, yeah, girl, you're really giving me very much ugly ass Hey Arnold character in the face. I thought I wasn't going to have to deal with your silly ass either. So I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, it just reminded me of a lot of the relationships that I saw in my family and other people's family, where it's just like, we gonna stay together just to say we stay together. And the reason why I think this shit is weird, before we even talk about August's vulnerability at the time and age, the reason why I think their connection is weird is because of things like this. Will said something along the lines of this. He was like, it's good to feel that you have someone in your corner no matter what. And I guess they were relating it to, hopefully not. Yeah, they were relating it to unconditional love. So he's like, it's good to feel like you have someone in your corner no matter what, but you have to go through, I guess he's saying, extremely hard times first to see if that's the case. So I guess he's saying to see if someone's really down to ride, to see if this is really unconditional love, then you have to go through some bullshit to see if that shit works. That's what he said. And then Jada was saying shit like, oh yeah, this type of love, it has to be forged in fire. And I'm like, why is it that a lot of times we're fed these messages about marriage and love, and that to have unconditional love, you got to go through some hard ass, disgusting shit, and that to have a marriage or whatever has to be forged in fire. And I haven't dated a whole lot of people. I haven't been in a whole lot of serious relationships, so I'm not gonna act like I'm some ex-subject, but I'm just like, if it's that fucking hard, you see what I'm saying? Like, why you have to walk through the valley of the shadow of death, girl, to be with a nigga? Why do you have to, like, it doesn't make any sense to me, but I know, like I said, we see a lot of parents who they stay together for the kids, and the kids are in the house like, girl, I can tell that both of y'all ain't happy. Like, please, we don't even give a fuck if we have to go visit y'all. Like, please, just split the fuck up. God damn, just split up, nigga. We like the kids sitting in the house watching y'all. I remember, I don't want to put my people business out there, but I'll just say that I remember certain people acting surprised that the kids were able to catch on to the dynamic that was going on in the house. I'm like, girl, I was sitting in that shit for 18 years. What you mean, girl? Split up. We would much rather you split up. Oh, man, thank you. We would much rather you split that shit on up. The whole thing is just so strange to me. However, and a lot of people are just like, oh, this is health. Now, you can the whole reason why they put that shit up there is for us to talk about it and for the information to get on. So everybody's going to have a different opinion on their relationship. And, if you, oh my God, if you're talking about the relationship, yes, we are talking about it. Okay. It's in the news, it's headlines. Let's just talk about it. So a lot of people are going to have different reactions and different opinions on their relationship. But it's in my opinion that, I don't know, because Will said Will said it. He was like, no, well, first Jada said, I don't consider this to be any transgression or anything, probably basically because they asked this was not technically together. But then Will said, oh, he essentially was just like, girl, what are you talking about? Yes, it is. And I'm going to get you back for that shit. And I tweeted, I was like, I don't even want to stay in friendships where I don't even have those type of friendships. But I can't imagine staying in a friendship where it's like, okay, now I got to get you back, or you did this to me, so now it's my turn to do some bullshit back to you. It's like, if I feel like I have to do all that shit, we might as well cut this shit off. And that's just a friendship. I can't imagine being in a romantic relationship or being married and feeling like we in this competition of who's going to get who back first. I love you, best friend in my head. Oh, Alicia, thanks. You see what I'm saying? It seems so toxic to me, in my opinion. It seems like some bullshit. So then you have this toxic, listen to this. You have this toxic ass, fucked up ass relationship, in my opinion, mentally just all over the place. They trying to get away from each other. They said it. It's so crazy how they said that shit too. They were just like off the dome with it. They was just like, yeah, girl, your ass pissed me the fuck off, and I don't even think, I'm surprised we even talking right now. Actually, I got somewhere to be, so if we can hurry this bullshit up. I know it's supposed to be 13 minutes. My drive outside, somebody else in the car, like, let's hurry this shit up. Like, it just, so you have that toxic ass shit. Obviously, that's what it is. Then you have August coming in, and they both made a point to say that he was very sick. He was in need, right? Then, so you have him coming into that dynamic. I guess he fell in love with Miss Jada. They fell in love with each other. At the same time, it seems like Jada and Will ain't ever about to leave each other. But Jada wanted to feel something because she hadn't felt something in so long. but then Jada can't give August what he actually wants because Jada ain't finna leave. So then August is like, fuck that shit, I'm cutting that shit off. And then but to me, so people told me that he'd been dropping some hits, but he's never been as loud as he has been. August, I'm talking about, as he has been, like recently. But like you see what is going on and what August was in, but the thing is that they're just it's weird because they're kind of like, well, girl, this shit happened so long ago that they didn't even consider it to be no goddamn issue until August brought it up. So it's just like, I don't know. I personally believe that the relationship is a farce. They clearly get along as anything but married. I saw when they were talking, it was just like cringe to me. It was just like, oh my God, why am I watching this? Okay, I need to look up what August said to Kiki. What the hell are y'all talking about? Y'all talking about August? I was never, what? Oh, child, I don't forgot Kiki blocked me at. I don't know what I said. I can't remember what I said about her ass. I think it was when she was doing that. But the gag is, I probably made fun of her when she was doing that. And she blocked my ass. But that shit was annoying. But I didn't have to be that mean. But damn, that shit was annoying. I love you though, Kiki. All right, let me see what this man's saying. Oh, girl, yes, girl, August was never my man. That's why you're reaching to this date. What the hell was going on? You're right. I was never even possible. But your friends are the reason for that. They showed me an endless me that you sent worry about. I don't understand. What is August saying? Child, he just sounded like he mad. That's all I got from it. August sounded like he mad. August is mad because y'all hosts is over here dragging. Jada did a whole episode. He came at her for no reason. Yeah, if y'all are dragging him for that, I wouldn't be surprised. Because August is mad. August is gonna pop up at anything he sees. August is mad, girl. Jada just got up there and said, hey, girl, we just had a cute ass entanglement, bitch. Do I look like shoelaces to you? Stop. I'm screaming. You blocked by Kiki. Yeah, girl. Kiki Palmer, I promise you. I love you, girl. Kiki. Unblock me, boo. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been that mean. I'm sorry, girl. She was on a lot of these TV shows and shit. She was like, but they can, yeah. I was like, I was over it. So, but that was years ago. Unblock me, girl. I'm sorry. Child, of course August is mad and pop it off. Of course August is mad. August is going to see a fucking snail crossing the street. He finna stomp on that hoe. He mad as hell. Oh my God. Jada got up there and said, that shit was an entanglement, but Will, I'm so happy about my journey with you, knucklehead. I mean, I didn't think I was going to see your annoying ass again with your Fresh Prince of the Bel-Air shaped head ass skull, but bitch, here you are. We married and shit, and if you think I'm finna get divorced and we gonna split up this shit, you got something else coming, right, bitch? Like I was like, but again, we do have to remember, okay, the only issue that I really have is just the vulnerability of August at the age. And like, if genders or whatever, if it was switched, we would be like, if a nigga was doing this shit to, you know what I mean? We'd be like, all right, this mama's like, so that's the only issue I have. But we have to remember that Jada ain't the only one doing that shit. It's like, it's a lot of the blame or a lot of like, I will joke, but like, it's a lot of the focus on Jada when Will was in there saying, hey girl, we just we just finna be stepping in the name of love, if you want to call it that, but we're stepping out. We're stepping out in the name of love. It's just so what I think is interesting is that we are going to we might see the reactions of people, and I think I brought this up before, people who consider them to be this like how do I say it? I don't want to say like acceptable, but maybe like stereo. They consider them to be some kind of standard. And I guess they were projecting, there we go. They consider them to be, Will and Jada, to be some kind of standard, but a lot of times it was people projecting their own, like, visions and views onto their relationship. And so they viewed them as this standard. And now that all this shit is coming out, they're just like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, Miss Mama's designs were like, it was given very much street signs, girl. They were very obvious. You must have just been pressing on the gas and not been paying attention. Were you on your phone? Were you texting while driving, not seeing the signs? Like, it was there, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's not surprising because celebrities are human beings. But I think a lot of people are just like, where the hell does this come from? This is Will and Jada, blah, blah, blah. But I think the easy way out for people is to just shit on Jada and just be like, well, she's the reason for all of this. But I just think that the whole dynamic is very strange. And like I said, them talking about, oh, well, you gotta endure pain and bullshit to even get to that type of love. And it's just like, what type of love are y'all talking about? I think that's the weird part. It's where a lot of people are under this impression that, and no relationship or friendship or marriage is going to be perfect, but a lot of people are under this impression that pain and trauma and turmoil and destruction and cheating is a section, or just boundary crossing, whatever that may be, is an automatic and inevitable part of a journey toward whatever they consider to be unconditional love. And I'm just like, that sounds very heterosexual. Sorry. Sorry. It sounds very cishet. It sounds very cishet. It sounds very cishet. And I don't know what it is. There are different people do this shit for different reasons. In the environment I grew up around, a lot of people stay together because, Miss Sky Daddy said, girl, y'all hoes cannot separate. And, what God joined up together, you can't separate. I was like, all right, Miss Mom's like, wow. Like, that was, first of all, that was an earful. That was an earful. And second of all, y'all don't like each other. Y'all don't like each other. And I'm not, this is moved past Will and Jada for anybody trying, just coming in. But I'm just saying, like, in general, couples, like, y'all don't like each other, boo. Y'all do not like each other. Sky Daddy. Someone's like, who's Sky Daddy? Child. That's, I was about to be so disrespectful. I'm not going to do that. Someone said, who's Sky Daddy? I was about to answer them. It's Santa, girl. You don't know who Sky Daddy is? That's the genie, girl. He grants every wish. Except stopping wars, hunger, and death, and starvation. Anyway. So yeah, in my environment, they definitely, Sky Daddy said, you know what? Y'all got married. Even though that's a man-made, even though that's a man-made thing, but y'all got married, and therefore, you have to stay together for your entire life. And since we're on the topic of marriage, girl, let me tell you something. I can't imagine being in my house and there's a nigga there, and I can't tell him to get the fuck up and get out. Like, wow, that is just like, I don't know if it's because, I have not experienced many things in life that I need to But at this point, after seeing how y'all I hear some spouses, they together and they have to live with each other, I guess now, or be around each other a lot more often now, because of this whole quarantine thing. And it's like they don't even like each other. Oh, I gotta just be around. They don't like their kids. They don't like each other. I'm just like, damn, y'all okay over there, heterosexual land? Like, is it good? I literally can't imagine, like, oh my gosh. I guess it's because I've definitely been in one toxic relationship before. Harley, just here to give my entanglement support. Thank you. Thank you, Harley. I've definitely been in one toxic relationship before, and that nigga would just come in my apartment. And it's just like, I can't even tell y'all how disappointed I am. Because that nigga was in my shit. That nigga would come in my apartment huffing and puffing. Lay his ass down in my bed. Mad as just, not anything that I did, but he was that type of person who was emotionally immature and would take everything out on anyone I guess he deemed controllable, like me. Child, and I would just sit there and take it like a dumbass. I mean, he in my bed. I don't know what to do. He just mad. He won't talk to me. Just a dumbass. And that nigga was, child, I'm not gonna lie. That nigga was fine. I'm not going to lie. That nigga was fine. That nigga. Okay, all right. But the point is that because we were not married, or in anything super duper serious, or his name wasn't on my lease, when it was time for my ass to finally reclaim myself, I was able to tell his ass, like, girl, your ass is not coming into my apartment again. So how are we going to move this shit? Because I'll definitely move your shit in a box to the goddamn left. Actually, I was mad as hell. So I just, honestly, because his shit was intermingled with mine. So I took all that shit and I just threw everything on the goddamn floor, told him to come. And he can't pick that shit up. And that was it. I remember that nigga was like, I hope he don't see this shit because he gonna really think he holds more space in my life than he actually does. I am Aquarius. This was what she get from playing armchair psychologist. Jada don't know nothing about transference or why it's inappropriate for people in helping professions to get romantic with clients. Child, that was a whole messy situation. Child. But yeah, I remember that nigga. He was like, I guess after all that shit happened, he apparently left 2 DVDs in I don't know, behind some corner in some part of my room, in some part of my apartment. He was like, "Oh, I need to come get that shit because that's my property." No. I went to the fucking ATM and pulled out $100. I said, "Sis, can you just leave?" He was mad as hell. Oh fuck no, because you ain't gonna tell nobody that you paid me to leave you alone. I was like, girl, if you don't take this $100, get the fuck out of my face. And it was insulting too because them DVDs was nothing more than fucking $15. So I took out 100. I said, please, can you just, please? I just wanted to be rid of him. I think people who have been in those situations understand fully. When you see that bickering back and forth bullshit that couples do, you know that shit's not real because when you've been through some bullshit with somebody, you want them out your face. You don't even want to like change the narrative or shape anything or try to prove yourself to anybody or try to, you don't give a fuck what they're saying. They're friends and trying to make you seem like a weird, different, crazy person. You don't care none of that shit no more. Like when you've reached the fucking tipping point, you're just like, bitch, I don't care what I have to do to get you out of my face, but it needs to happen. Like you can tell your friends that I was a crazy son of a bitch. You can tell your friends that I was just psychotic and lunatic. I don't care what you tell your friends. Just get out my face, nigga. Get out my face. So being through just that relationship. And thankfully, I went through another one that was just, beautiful, you know. But before my most recent one, it was it was disgusting. So going through that, just one, I'm just like, I can't imagine if something is not working, like, just let that shit go. And I don't want to make it seem like it's easy, especially for people who are in like physically abusive things or emotionally cyclically abusive things. It can be difficult, but god damn, you know what I mean? I think and I tweeted this, I think some people want to just stay together because they think they want to be able to say, we stayed together, we did it. Um, and it's just like, okay, now y'all got all these battle scars and wounds, y'all limping to the finish line. Was it worth it? You know, was it worth it? So I don't know. There were a lot of opinions on Twitter. I just thought that the funniest part to me was when they were both looking at each other's faces saying that, you know, yeah, I'm very surprised that we even communicate and don't even, and they were just like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back. Like it was a game of tag. I'm like, apparently they've been through therapy. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is a great way to communicate. And I'm just like, yeah, it is. I'm sure the way in which they're communicating is very healthy because they ain't holding shit back. But what are they communicating? What are they communicating? I just, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna get you back. Like that shit was strange. Wow. I mean, y'all want to talk about some more stuff? What's going on? Oh, child, you know, real quick. At this point, Netflix needs to go ahead and just pay me because my ass is doing a whole lot of advertising for their ass. But The Old Guard, if you like action movies, if you like John Wick, even if you were a queen like me and you liked Nikita, that one show. Now, Miss Nikita, I don't know. The show, was it on the CW? It wasn't on the CW, was it? I forget. But I forget the actress who plays her. Sorry, y'all, for this side note. Hold on. There was this actress who plays her, and I love her. Nikita, Maggie Q. Oh, she was just a bad bitch. Nikita was a bad bitch. She would walk with a cute ass shotgun and some high ass boots on your ass. Oh, I loved it. So if you love Nikita, John Wick, all that type of shit, you definitely gonna love The Old Guard. I was watching that shit today. The Old Guards. Is it Old Guards? What the fuck, child? I'm sounding more. You know what? I was looking in the mirror today. I was like, I look just like my mama. But I was about to say that I'm sounding more and more like my grandma. Is it the Old Guard? Is it the guard or the Old Guard? Yes, the Old Guard. It's really cute. I'm just saying. Yes. You know what? At this point, I'm not talking about shit. So, you know, I'm just kikiing. It's Friday, whatever. You know, I recently, after many, many years, recently watched an episode of Smallville, like a couple of episodes of Smallville. And that shit was so nostalgic. What's up, my brother? What's up, Yardley? What's up? Love the live. Thanks, boo. You know, that shit was so nostalgic. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. Oh, God. Y'all going to think my ass was deprived. I promise you. Well, I kind of was, but whatever. Speaking of Smallville. So I can't remember specifically because my mind blocked out all that trauma, but there was a moment in time where somehow, I think my parents went through my phone or something. But somehow, my parents found out, because I was watching Smallville, I love superheroes, but my parents found out that I was extremely attracted to Tom Welling. Now, Tom Welling was the guy who played Superman. Let me tell you something. My gay ass was just like, y'all remember the theme song? Somebody said. I was sitting there like Somebody said. Just, I think I was texting one of my friends, like, oh, girl, so, child, they took that shit so quick. But my thing was, but I didn't say it because I was like, literally, they took the fucking show from me. My thing was, like, do you think, I didn't say, I really wanted to say, but I feel like I would have got my ass popped a little bit. I was like, do you think that Tom Weller's the only motherfucker that I think is attractive? You gonna take all niggas from me? Like, you gonna take all men from me, girl? Oh my God. Tom Welling was just so fine, girl. He used to walk around in that barn, honey. I said, yes. He used to walk around that fucking old McDonald had a goddamn farm, sis. I said, bitch, I love when Lana got her powers and they started smashing in the barn. You remember that shit? I said, oh, girl, I love Lana. Lana was so pretty. I love Lana. I like Lois too because she was a smart mouth. But Lana was just, I felt like she was me. Like she was just like real, real cunt. And she did a little something. And then Tom came running. Oh my God, Chad Michael Martin. Of course, child. Like, who else were my celebrity? Oh my God. When I was a kid, I can remember clear as a day, girl. I had a huge crush on Corbin Bleu. Ha! 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 Bitch, when I said him, when I saw him go, yeah, let's go, get it again. Yeah, push it to the limit, cause we're in it to win it, in it to win it. I said, oh yeah. That's why I said, oh yeah. Girl, Corbin Bleu was so cute. Oh my God. Like all them girls was focused on Zach, whatever fuck, Efron, whatever. Child, Corbin was it. And the thing is, and it's no shade to Corbin, no shade. But when I was watching Push It to the Limit, the music video, I was getting hyped. I thought he was really killing that choreography. Child, look at that shit again today. I'm like, sis. But he was in that basketball court. He was doing it, bitch. He was doing it. His hair was so cute, girl. Oh my God. Who else? I'm trying to think of who else. I don't know, but I remember those vividly. Oh, okay. This one's kind of weird, but y'all watched The Princess Bride, right? That man who was what was he saying? Was it As You Wish or some shit? Yeah. I looked up a picture of him now, and I was just like, but when he was in The Princess Bride, I was like, oh, he was dressing all that black. Oh, bitch, The Princess Bride is so iconic. He was the princess. You killed my father. Prepare to die. That shit was iconic. Yes, Wesley. Is that what's his name? Child, I almost called him Weasley. Yes. I've been married for 20 years. Marriage is not that hard. The golden rule of marriage is what you make of it and with whom you make it. If it works for them, great. Child, I'm just saying, like, I feel like partnerships should not be this difficult where you talk about forging and fire and shit. Like, and that is not to say that it's not, you won't fight or you won't have disagreements or shit, but like, I don't know. Andre from, oh, child. What's his name from Victorious? Alvan, that's his name, right? He was the one who was in Now Apocalypse or whatever the fuck, which is, I love that show actually. But definitely had a crush on him. I'm trying to think of who else. It's so crazy thinking back to that. Yes. Oh my God. They should have known my ass was a whole ass queer. I was obsessed with Princess Diaries. Like, obsessed. The Princess Bride and The Princess Diaries, okay? That's why I will literally always love Anne Hathaway, because like she has a special place in my heart for that shit. Whatever, Antoinette Thermopylae Princess, whatever the fuck that long ass name of Genovia. Yes, and her boyfriend was fine too. Child, it was a lot of content. It was a lot of content. Yes, I saw that they casted as bisexual, dark-skinned bisexual black woman for Catwoman. I cannot wait to see the fanboys mad. I love it. Suddenly, I love CW shows. Suddenly. I really be trying because my brother, he really loves the CW shows and he can handle the watching them, but sometimes I'm like, girl, y'all, and I said this before a long time ago, I'm like, y'all placed my favorite superheroes in these cardboard ass sets on CW. God damn, CW. Y'all got to have more money than that. The CGI on goddamn CW, that shit, I'd be like, y'all ain't trying to convince me of shit, are you? Like, at all. Did you see they canceled Sabrina? You know, I think that they should have. That sounds harsh, but I think they should have. I'm gonna tell you why. The only way I can see Sabrina lasting for a very long time is if they do a spinoff of Prue and Ambrose. I'm sorry. Like, first of all, Prue, if we had a show just about Prue, I would watch that shit. I would watch that shit. Without a doubt. I would watch that shit. It's just, Sabrina is so fucking annoying. Like, she's so annoying. She's so, oh my God. Every time, her whole family telling her, hey, bitch, don't do that dumb shit. We are going to go to the depths of hell if your ass tries this stupid shit. Here comes Sabrina. Well, I think that I should be able to do what I want because I'm a Spellman. Spellmans do what they want. Huh. She goes to do the dumb shit. The shit happens. And then the whole family has to clean the shit up, mainly Ambrose. Now, if we want to get technical, child, somebody finna take me seriously. Watch. If we want to get technical, Sabrina's anti-black because every time she does something, here comes Ambrose cleaning up the mess. Now, what does that tell you? All I need is my hat and the Umar Johnson meme. Ambrose come in like the maid. Hey, Ambrose, I see you got on your maid outfit like you always do. Cleaning up after Sabrina's dumb ass, playing with magic she don't understand, and she's supposed to be the I am the what her ass is? I am the daughter of the Dark Lord. I'm like, where's Prue? Where's Prue? In this essay, I will. That's exactly what I did. Child, give me Prue. They said that the actress for Prue did her own like waves, like her own hair. She styled her own look for the character. And I'm so happy that she did because with the way that Sabrina's wig is set up, I can only imagine what they would have done to her black ass hair. With the way that wig was set up on Sabrina's, it was tipping and topping, flipping and flopping, slipping and sliding, dipping and diving. You know what I'm saying? That wig was given very much Cupid Shuffle electric slide on top of her wig. So I can only imagine. It's sad that she had to do that, but I can only imagine. You're right. But I can only imagine what they would have done to her fucking hair had she just been like, yeah, just do it. So, you know, that was going on. You saw what they did to our good sis Starfire. I was like, oh my God, like, and I don't know if this is true, but anytime I see something like that, I be very vocal because I'm like, I don't know if the actors can actually speak about how they look. And sometimes, you know, they be in contracts. I don't know how that shit. I don't know how their contracts look. Maybe they be in contracts and they can't talk about how they've been styled and stuff. But when we drag it, it gets attention so that we can help these damn black actresses like come through that shit. Like, cause we see that shit. It's like, it's no shade to you, Anna, at all. I was like, it's no shade to you, Anna, but we're gonna get that look together. we're gonna get that look together. I don't know who we have to contact. We got you. Don't worry. You don't have to say shit. We don't have to say shit. That just was hilarious. I love you, boo, my fave. Oh, thanks, boo. Oh, I forgot. Okay, before I go, and I'm sure there's a whole lot of fucking news, but I honestly just wanted to kick it with y'all about Will and shit. So before I go, I just wanted to talk about, remember, because y'all were the ones who told me on the live that Miss Keisha Lance Bottoms, and like I said on Twitter, Keisha Lance Bottoms, thank you team member gives Bottoms across Atlanta a very bad name. Keisha, she just, when I think of Bottoms, I think of something beautiful, something that gives pleasure and that is logical. That's Bottoms. But then Keisha Lance Bottoms, I'm just like, what's going on? The logic is ugly. That's what I say about Keisha Lance, but the logic is ugly. So it took Keisha, because y'all told me she contracted COVID. So it took her ass, I guess, catching that shit to roll Atlanta back to phase one. Or she's preparing now to tell everybody that they're gonna have to just shut down all this shit and sit y'all ass down. It's so crazy to me. Can these politicians not read numbers? Can they not see what's going on? Do they not have like special access to these reports? Can't they not see? Why the fuck is everything just like, so it's like, oh, never mind. It's like they play hopscotch or hot potato with the states. Like, open it up, don't open it, open it up. Like, it's still out here. So what did you expect? What do you think was going to happen? It's so stupid. Oh, Governor Kemp. Yeah, he's another one. So, Florida is a new like hot spot for that shit. I mean, I guess it had been building to that level, but Florida is now like officially a world hotspot for that bullshit. The most, and I don't want to get to preaching again, but the most frustrating part about this whole thing to me is that all of this was so preventable, that operating by logic somehow became a leftist hoax. Operating by logic, it's just so strange. And to me, I'm like, even if it's done for even if y'all want to make money and y'all want to hoard money and continue to be the billionaires that y'all are, like, it would make sense to not kill off the people who are going to have to work and put money in your accounts. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, the logic is lacking. Someone said Black Widow movie wig already looked messy. The mindset of people is so weird, especially because you can see all of this shit happening. Like, okay, if you make this, it's basic, but that's what separates humans from other animals, is that humans have the capacity to plan for the goddamn future, that they have the capacity to take in stimuli and be like, okay, if I do this, then this will happen. If I do this, then this will happen. Like, that's what is supposed to separate humans from other animals. But if you look at our goddamn government, it seems like it's giving a bunch of orangutan type of teas. Like, it's really giving a bunch of orangutan. I think the billionaires are okay with it because they want to automate most of our jobs anyway. Now, child, now that's another thing. That's a whole nother topic, but you might be onto something with that shit. Now, I will say that if automation, because I remember watching a documentary, because I'm a ridiculous ass person, about automation, and them girls were like, the experts, y'all already know how I talk, whatever. Them girls were like, it's not a matter of fact of like, it's not a matter of if automation is coming. It's like, It's when it's coming and how damaging this shit is going to be. But it's not. So, if it's not, if you don't give people these networks, these safety networks, if you don't put things into place to take care of that shit, I don't know what. They thought rebellion was bad before. It's not going to be fun at all. Did you hear about the Trump book? No, I heard about the Mariah book though. She said she was going to release a whole ass memoir for us. So I mean, I heard about that. What happened with the Trump book? I mean, it's so many books and shit coming out. Oh my goodness! I heard about the Supreme Court ruling. I heard that what did they ruled that, which I thought was very, like, you got to pay attention to what they're saying. They ruled that the president is not completely immune, but at the same to having his financial records subpoenaed by the Manhattan office, but at the same time, he shouldn't be under like heightened need or some shit for that shit. I don't know. But while it's interesting how different news stations will report that news, because for super left, for news organizations that try to pretend like they're super left, I'll say that, they would announce that news, that Supreme Court ruling, as a win. Like, oh yeah, Trump, Supreme Court ruled that Trump is not immune, and I guess technically it is. Trump is not immune to having his records subpoenaed. But what they kind of glossed over is the fact that the Supreme Court now has to send all this bullshit back to the lower courts. And Trump considers that a win because this decision, they're probably not going to get even close to his financial records until after the election. So it's interesting, like the nuance of news reporting and what people choose to say, and what they choose to omit or gloss over. So yeah. Oh, y'all sound look good. Thank you. Adrian's always serving looks. Child, I'll be rushing in that closet looking for something. That's great, but who's going to force him to do it right now? That's the one thing I was thinking about. They remember, I don't know if you saw the ruling where they said that states can force an electorate to go with a popular vote or something like that. And I'm just like, anytime you see these rulings, you have to pay attention to the language. States can do something. States can hold, the electoral system, whatever, accountable. They can do it. It didn't say they were mandated to. It didn't say they had to. It said they can do it. So it's just like a lot of these rulings, they be pushing out some cute shit and then destroying something else on the other side of things. I'm just like, I don't be excited about their rulings at all, but it just takes a lot of awareness to kind of see what they're doing. And even I don't know the full story, obviously, because I'm not no goddamn political expert, but they really be double speaking on your ass. They really be double speaking. We here in the UK and Europe are banning Americans. Think about that. Americans are not wanted. Yeah, I think it is hilarious, actually, that America was talking about, oh, America first, America first. We don't want none of this shit. We don't want it. It gave very xenophobic teas, like we're just about ourselves and only. And now nobody wants our ass to come to their country, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. I I do not blame them. Look at y'all. Look at the numbers. Look at the carelessness. They're fighting over wearing masks. Y'all ain't coming in here, okay? Y'all can keep that shit up there. I don't blame them. But it's just interesting that this rhetoric of America first, is going to end up being America stuck, like locked in a corner by herself. And people don't realize the extreme effects that could have if we continue down this garbage ass path. But if you think we can survive on this planet, obviously America doesn't even think we can survive on this planet with just America, with the way that they use their military in many different goddamn countries across the globe. So it's very interesting how we'll be screaming America first, but we need other countries. I thought that was interesting. The tables turn, the table turn. What goes around comes back around. Come on, Spice. That's exactly what it served me. That I mean, oh my goodness! Did you see that whole Lady A situation going down and how Lady Antebellum? It was just so interesting that they were just like, "Oh, we're changing the name to be allies to Black people," and then Lady A was just like, sis, what about me?" I thought that going on. It was just so much. It was a lot of stuff. I have not seen Good Trouble. Trump is too busy communicating. Oh my God. Lady appropriation. They should name it that. They should do that. They're looking for a name. They should name it that shit. Damn. You need to get into it. It's on Hulu. Oh, okay. I should do it. We'll do it. I've been trying to get into Dark as well. I need another anime to watch. I need to see shit like I need to see superpowers. You know what's crazy to me? Before I end this, and I said I was going to end it 20 minutes ago, but when I watch anime, I don't like when they use swords, even if they have powers. I want them to just shoot that shit from their hands or something. Give me superpower. I don't want no swords. Okay. I want you to just look at something that just blows the fuck up or something like that, or just like shoot energy out. I can handle if you something like Kill la Kill. Some of these anime nasty, girl. I'd be like, oh my God, child, like. But recently, was it? Oh, Fire Force is back, and the whole first episode was just straight fan service, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was usually I can't. I'm just like, okay, give us a little bit of fan service, but that's it. But Fire Force gave us like a whole episode of straight fan service, and it was just so amazing because once the fights are good, I'm like, okay. Because even the fights was fan service where they were just like doing poses and stuff. Just like, yes! Oh! I love how what's his face, the main character, be kicking me holes in the face. He was giving horse teas with these fire punches and shit. I love it. I love it. Favorite anime of the year, child. I don't know. I've watched up to like episode 3 of how I May Destroy You. The shit is good. I need to complete it. I May Destroy You is so goddamn good. And reading her story about like rejecting $1 million from Netflix because they would not allow her to keep her rights, just like, oh, so good, so good. Very proud of her. I think that's fucking awesome. I've watched a lot of episodes of JoJo. I haven't watched them all though. I've watched Fate, the latest Fate anime. Is it Babylonia? That shit. When I'm talking about fights, that's the type of shit I like. I like OP over the top ass, like bombs exploded in the distance ass fights. Like that's the shit I like. Babylonia was everything. God of High School is good. There was another one of high school with zombies and shit or something like that. And I was just like, it's just too much. Like, I can't watch it. Umbrella Academy is coming. Legend of Korra fights for everything as well. Yes, just I'm trying to think of because I made a list of my favorite, like some of my favorite animes. Because somebody on the podcast, which you can go sign up for at patreon.com/AdrianExpression. I'm still talking. I'm trying to see. I just want. Where's the list? There was a whole lot. Okay. Well, damn, that was from 2019. Hold on. What's some of your current? Okay, so these are some of the things. Attack on Titan, of course. What Game of Thrones should have been of the Game of Thrones of the. I don't know. It's the Game of Thrones in the anime world, but like what Game of Thrones should have been. If I'm making sense. Captain Levi is that girl. Like I said, is that girl. We already know. Kill la Kill, Blue Exorcist, Psycho-Pass, Parasite, Tokyo Ghoul, Tokyo EXP, Rage of Bahamut, I don't know, Wise Man Grandchild is cute, Record of Grand Crest War, Crybaby Devilman is extremely weird, extremely nasty on Netflix, but I absolutely love it. I'm not gonna lie about that. Is it Crybaby Devilman or Devilman Crybaby? I can't remember, girl. One of them. Fate Stay Night, the whole fucking series, all that shit. Tower of God is cute. Tower of God is really cute. I think it was really as cute as what I love Tower of God. One Punch Man, a fucking course, like you cannot go wrong with Miss One Punch Man. One Punch, girl. My Hero Academia, of course. All the Magi shit. Sword Art Online. Knights of Sidonia is on Netflix. The animation is not super amazing, but it's fucking awesome. I love space shit like that. Oh, Yuri on Ice! Oh my god! I don't know when Yuri on Ice is coming back. Do you know how my homosexual life? Oh, Mob Psycho 100. How could I forget? Akagame Kill. Akame. What? Y'all already know what I'm talking about. Hunter x Hunter. I need to finish that. It's just so much. Blood and Water's good. Oh, Yuri on Ice is the cutest. I haven't watched a lot of classic anime. I haven't, because a lot of them have a whole lot of episodes, or a lot of them are just like so old. I'm just like, but I know I need to, I probably need to watch it. It's just there's so many that I watched. There was one that I watched only because of the kind of gay ass fan service, and it's which one is it? And it was vampires too, so I was like, oh, of course. I think it's Seraph of the End or some shit like that. It was just like I need to watch Miss Cowboy. Sorry, I'm reading this shit. Yes, yes. Larry Sarah. Period. I just when it comes, like I said before, when it comes to like fighting and shit like that, if it's over the top, if it's just like obnoxious, like how powerful they are, like the whole half side of the planet blows up or some shit. I'm just like, yes. Oh my goodness. Sis, let me put you onto an anime Claymore. The girls are badass. Now you know I live for me a good ass goddamn female lead, bitch. You know I live for that. Especially they come in there just swinging on these girls, and all the boys are scared of them, as they should be. I'm here for it. All right, I'm going to be done running my mouth. I did not think I was going to be doing so for such a long time. Okay, I will watch Miss Cowboy. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you have a great weekend, and please stay safe. I did not realize how much I like people until this whole like quarantine thing happened. So I'm gonna have to like get to know myself again, because I didn't realize, like, oh girl, I guess I actually can stand people in person. But yeah, it's getting really tired and old. I'm ready for shit to go back to normal, but it seems like that's not gonna happen to 2021. So yeah, just stay safe. Love y'all so much. Check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/AdrianExpression. Thank you for running your mouth with me and being messy with me today. Make sure you have a good goddamn weekend and a good goddamn evening. I'm so entangled with you, boy. I'm so entangled with you, boy.